Sholem Aleichem Malachi Ashores Malachi Elyoin Mimelech Malachi HaMelochim HaKodesh Baruch Hu Sholem Aleichem Malachi Ashores Malachi Elyoin Mimelech Malachi HaMelochim Ay HaKodesh Baruch Hu
Hello everyone, a good Erev Shabbos. As we get into Shabbos, in the midst of our series of paying attention, I'd like to talk about a very simple question. Do you have to correct the Baal Koreh when he reads the Haftorah? We all know the halacha regarding laning. We all know in every shul people correct, sometimes justified, sometimes not justified, and just embarrassing someone in public. But what is the halacha regarding the Haftorah? On this particular issue, we don't really find anything very clear, except for one amorphic law in the Shulchan Aruch. And I'd like to quote the law to you. It's from Simon Kuf Mem Vav 146, subdivision 3, in which the Shulchan Aruch says, Asur lesaper kisha maftir koreh benavi ad sheyashlim kemo b'sefer Torah. That a person's not allowed to talk when they're reading the Haftorah, just like during laning. Now, during laning, there's rules and regulations if you're allowed to even learn Torah while you're laning. Different opinions in the Shulchan Aruch right beforehand in Seif Bet. The fact that the Shulchan Aruch goes ahead and says that the Haftorah is like the Torah reading when it comes to talking, it leads me to believe that ultimately the law of correcting the Baal Koreh is going to be the same. So therefore, just like you're not allowed to talk during laning, you're not allowed to talk during the Haftorah. And just like during laning, at least in Ashkenazi communities, we only correct the Baal Koreh if he makes a mistake that changes the meaning of the word. So too, it should be in the Haftorah. Namely, if it says something like, Lo tirtzach, do not murder, and the Baal Koreh says tirtzach, murder, that changes the meaning of the word. But if he says kesef instead of kasef, they both mean the same thing, you do not correct him. And indeed, Rav Avigdor Leventhal explicitly paskins this regarding the Haftorah. I would like to add that since the Haftorah is one grade down from the Torah reading, we're not talking about the 5 books of Moses that were dictated word for word, letter for letter by God to Moses, but rather the Nevi'im. Namely, it's what the Navi saw in his prophecy, but it's not word for word, letter for letter what God told him to write, but rather his perception of it and then his written documentation of what he saw. Obviously, here, I think even the Sfardim could be more mekel, and from this perspective, only if it changes the significance of the word do you need to correct him. On the other hand, since the Shulchan Aruch does say Kemo b'Sefer Torah, we have to be very careful. Whatever the rules and regulations are regarding doing other things during the Torah reading, the same thing should apply to the Haftorah. And B, as the Mishnah Berurah points out, just like you have to listen to the brachot when someone gets an aliyah and answer Amen, so too here, you have to listen to the brachot and answer Amen to fulfill your obligation. Wishing everyone a good Shabbos, and may the Torah reading and Haftorah reading both be as important in your eyes as we go into this Shabbos.
Kadishayim, Kadishayim, Bi Kiddush Asar Shabbos Amisachides Besoyru Seichu. Kadishayim, Kadishayim, Bi Kiddush Asar Shabbos Amisachides Besoyru Seichu. Kadishayim, Kadishayim, Bi Kiddush Asar Shabbos Amisachides Besoyru Seichu. Kadishayim, Kadishayim, Bi Kiddush Asar Shabbos Amisachides Besoyru